Well, hey everybody, it's Steve at 1000 Year Homes. Welcome to my build. So the weather's been kind of crazy this week, but more importantly, I stepped on a nail, an old blacksmith nail, not a sharp modern one. And man, I have messed up my foot something fierce. So I've been a little debilitated here, but it's all okay. Right. So it's been storming, I've been crippled, so but fortunately I got things to do, homesteady things, not building things. So these little chicks here, I've been incubating them here. They're 16 days in. I've got 5 more days and they'll hatch. So tonight I'll take a look at them, I'll candle them and see which ones are viable, hopefully all of them. Getting the humidity up there so they don't get bound. But look here, I did this on a jackery, everybody. So during the nights and when I'm gone, this is 100% on a jackery. It's worked out just fine. But I've got some work to do before they arrive. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Originally, my goal was to get one of these hens here to start brooding. So I put all those eggs in there, and none of them started brooding. So I'm going to raise the chicks myself, and that's what I want to get around today. There's the eggs that I gathered up here. I had left them in the chicken coop to see if one of the hens would brood, and none of my hens started brooding. But I brought them in order to avoid snakes and predators and such. So it's been storming and raining and whatnot. So right now I've got these roosters. I can't let them out. They are so rough on the hens and just not letting them heal up. So they're in our own little bachelor pad, but I want this for the chicks instead. So I want to get these guys moved over. So right next door here, I'm going to build a bachelor pad for the chickens and move the hens into here and the chicks into here. But I need to raise this one, these by myself, because this little gal's been in this this house here now for about a week. I don't think she has bird flu. I think she would have passed on already. She might be egg bound, but nevertheless, I don't think she's feeling real well. I can get her out, shoo her out, and she'll go eat, but it's not usual for a chicken to be, here night and day. So I have, the eggs, they're laying every day. I had wooden eggs in here, and a chicken snake came up, ate the eggs, and ate the wooden eggs too. I don't know, I was feeling live and let live. I saw that guy with the wooden eggs in him. I let him go. I don't know what I was thinking. A chicken snake will kill your chickens in a heartbeat. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with her, but I want to keep the new chicks away until she's better or in the grave. I'm working on her. She's been a week and hasn't passed, so I think I can save her. We'll find out. So you see my chicken coop is actually divided down the middle. And I'm going to pull out all this hay and get it cleaned up. I've got a week to get it cleaned up. And, the chicks will be in this side. And I wanted a hen to be with them. I still might grab one of the other hens, but not her. And see if I could get the chicks there. But I'm going to babysit them for a little while for the first few days and not stick them underneath a hen. I wanted to see if they would brood. None of my chickens wanted to brood. So there I've got a little chick feeder, and the first few days, of course, their egg sacs will still be on them. But anyway, a waterer and a feeder, and I'm going to go ahead and get a bucket to put in the house, a tin bucket to keep them in. We'll take a look at that. So there's my little wash tubs I'm going to use for the chicks. I'm going to put cedar down in that, and then I'll have their little hot lamp. And something for them to go under to get underneath the heat, out of the heat. I'm going to keep them in the house for now and raise them myself until, 6-7 days. I'll try to introduce them to the hens out there and see if I can get one to bond. I would rather they mothered them than me, but none of them started brooding. They had 12 eggs to sit on. I left them all out there, and not a one wanted to start sitting on them. So I'm going to move those chain link fences I picked up for free or not much money over to the other chicken coop. Put those up for sidewalls, and then one of the other grids for a front gate, and create a bachelor pad for the roosters. Like I said, I stepped on something, so I'm not moving real well, and just taking it easy, trying to heal up. But I've got 6 days to get that done, so I'm just gathering up supplies today, taking a look around. I'll get my tractor and I'll pick those up and drive them up there and start putting them into place. All right, and I've got a little dog house. All of this stuff I've gotten for free online, so it's all Salvaged Materials. A little dog house I'll prop up in there so the chickens, these roosters, will have a little shelter. I'll put in some roost for them. It'll be open air, so I'm hoping they don't fly out, and I hope that nobody goes in and eats them. But they are just roosters. I like them too much to turn them into soup. So there's rumblings. This sunspot is just an abnormality. It's been tornado winds today, and just super high winds. This is just a calm before the storms kick back up. So not only have I an injured foot, but I've also couldn't do a whole lot anyway. So I wanted to work. Oh, look, I got a little bunny that came up. They hide up here because the coyotes leave them alone, and I've still got enough stuff around here for them to hide. They like to hide underneath steel. They're not dumb. They're pretty smart. Anyway, the chickens are getting ready to go into the roost. I'm going to try to fire up the tractor and get everything around. That little bunny hangs around all day long. He's the sweetest little thing. Well, in the still of the evening, let me go ahead and bring over those panels you saw, the tub you saw. Also, I have some solar netting. I'll bring that over. So originally I said it would be open air, but I think I have solar netting I could put over that. That would take care of it. So I've got a little bachelors, right? The roosters. And if you put roosters together, after a while they stop fighting and they kind of reach a harmony. Put a new rooster in there and everybody beats up on them though. So, but anyway, I'm going to have a little bachelor pad here. I'm hoping to trade roosters for ducks. That's my goal. In the old days, if I had too many roosters, I just ate one. But I don't know. I'm a dry cabin, and the idea of processing my own chicken, it's not to be done for the faint of heart, not to be done with somebody who doesn't have running water. So anyway, I'm going to go get the tractor, bring over the panels, just put them all up tonight. Just maybe lash them, maybe get it done. There's about 45 minutes of sunlight left or so, but there's a big storm rolling in. I can hear it, thunder all around me. I don't know if I'll beat it or not. We'll find out together. Well, that's not half bad for a free, right, chicken run for roosters. So let me go ahead and put these bungees on tonight. Now, I've still got to figure out a doorway, how to get in there and feed them. And Oh, some other things too. I need to make sure I zip tie the whole thing together. I use stainless steel zip ties rather than safety wire. It's just a lot faster. I'm pretty tired. This foot of mine has taken a lot of energy out of me, and you know, so I'm going to take it easy. And I'm running out of sun anyway. So it's time. Let me go ahead and bungee these up. Tomorrow I'll be back if a rain doesn't come in tornado, and finish that all up, and then I'll feel, you know, okay about it. I've got to, oh, I know what else. I forgot, I've got to put the roost in and some posts for them. Underneath everything, once I know it's laid out, I'll go ahead and put chicken wire foot under on each side so animals, raccoons can't get in there and dig, and foxes and coyotes. Now I do have some, it's kind of a large opening on 2 of those grids, so I might do something with that. I might buy some cattle panel and overlap it or something, or maybe I can find some cattle panel even around here. And let's see what else. That ought to do it. I'm not going to put a run between the two, like no gate, no nothing. I'll come from the outside and I'll do that. And if you keep your eyes out for chain link gates for free, you can haul them off and do what I did, build a little chicken run. So it'll be big enough for the roosters. And then when I hatch those chicks, I'm expecting some of them to be males too as well. And like I say, my game plan is to trade them for ducks. I've got a little more water in my stock tank. Maybe we'll walk over in the setting sun and take a look at that. Let me put this bungees on there just so it doesn't blow over in the night. And tomorrow I'll come back and finish this up proper. All right, in the setting sun, I'm walking over. This little stock pond fills up first and foremost. So it's 50 feet lower than the other stock pond in the lay of the valley, so it gets a lot more water faster. I already see little water bugs in there, and I saw some frogs jumping. Not a whole lot of life in there, I gotta be honest. This drought's bad. Now that's all a faux cliff that I made. None of that's real, but once you get a little vegetation growing into it, it doesn't look half bad. I might plant some thyme and put some vegetation in here to enjoy it. Now that's the color of Texas water, y'all. Chocolate milk. All right. Well, that's enough for this evening. I'm feeling a little peckish, worn out. I don't know, something tired. So I'll be like that, and I'll start tomorrow. If I remember to do that, when I start tomorrow. Chicken coop. I've got 6 days of counting down. Maybe even a little earlier if some of the little guys start hatching early. We'll see. Alright, I candled all these eggs, so this one probably didn't make it. And there's one more. This one just never was fertilized. These you can see, right? The chick in there. I can see the blood vessels, and they're making a lung sac right there. We can maybe make that out. Anyway, I've got 3 that are no good. So, and that being one of them. The rest of the eggs have got pretty good looking development. Just randomly, you could see they're 5 days away from hatching. So I could see, you can't probably see it, but I could see a little head right there. I could see a little motion, heart's beating. All right. All right, let me put that back together and mark the bad eggs. Hey everybody, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. It's just like that for y'all. But really, it's been a couple of days, at least one day. I had a lot of work to do yesterday and didn't get, real work that pays me. This homestead and stuff, I don't know how people could make a living at it, to be honest. I think it would be subsistence survival if you did. But I remember when farmers started having to have second jobs in the 70s. And here we are. All right. So what do I want to get done? Well, it's lightly sprinkling, but if I could go ahead And I don't use zip ties at all anymore on the farm. I use stainless steel wraps with the gun, and that way it'll last for as long as it'll last, right? The plastics here, the UV is so strong in Texas, it just falls apart no matter how good the UV is. So I don't use plastic when I can help it. Let me go ahead and just start strapping these on. I'm liking the bachelor pad for the chickens, the roosters. I've got 4 or 5 days more before the chicks hatch, and then I'm going to keep them inside. But I'm going to move some hens in, and if they'll accept the chicks, I'll have them raise them. The one little hen that's just hides every day, I just think she's tired of roosters. And I get it. I've only got 2 roosters loose. I'm trying to catch the last one. They got to have a rooster out here. They free range, so they've got to have a rooster. But the girls need a break. They are exhausted. I don't blame them. It's exhausting to watch me, watch them be harassed by the guys. All except Turquoise, the one black rooster, is super good. All right, so I'm going to bind these up here real quick. Probably can't see it, but I have chicken wire underneath the ground, and that will keep animals from digging at it. You got to do that too. This is a little big since I'm using a conventional cattle grid for the chickens, so the fully adult chickens will be safe inside of it, except from weasels and the biggest of snakes. I do have a chicken snake out here. But he ate an egg, and I haven't wooden egg. I haven't seen him since, so I'm suspecting the wooden egg might have done him in, or he's just got to digest that egg. I haven't been able to see him since. All right, I've got all those straps in there. You can watch me cut one off here. So I've got a couple of them. These are stainless steel. They're pretty strong. I don't know, 800-900 pounds a piece. If you put enough of them up, they hold really well. So there's one. So the gun, as you could see, you put the strap in there, and then that will grab it and it'll tighten it, and then you can cut it with the cutter right there. Let's go ahead and do that. I don't have to cut these. I'm just demonstrating it for y'all. They would have been good enough loose. But you can see that draws it up pretty tight. And I just cut it. And you know, it's tight now. Down here, unfortunately, the gate was bent. That's why they were free, right? But that's where I would expect an animal like a fox to try to get in. So I'm going to tighten that up, and then the straps themselves will help keep a little block in there. There you go. You see that? Draw that right up. All right. Real good. Now I'm not worried about a fox or somebody squeezing in or pulling that panel out. It's tight. It's not going anywhere there. There you go. All right. Well, it's raining a little bit, but I want to finish this up. I also want to find I have a solar net for the top. I want to get that over it. And the only thing I haven't done is engineered this gate here, if you will. Right now it's like a wall, but this gate, because I want to be able to get in there and the only trick with these things, and you'll see me fumbling, you got to make sure that you don't put them inside the loop, and then the steel tail will be on the inside. You can't tighten them when they're like that. So when you see me fumbling, it means I've got it twisted in there. And they've got to go like on the outside with the notch, the latch notch on the outside. So every now and then I switch them up, or they just get mixed up. Alright, I think I'll just leave this just with rubber straps on it. And when I want in, I'll just open the edge of the wall and I'll just go in. I really want to trade those roosters. You can hear them in there crowing. There's something else. Trade them for ducks. They sell these in all different lengths, and they sell it with black anodized on the stainless steel. So, you know, you could make it look really nice. I just want to double wrap it down there because that's where a raccoon or a fox or coyote would be to dig. So I want to make sure they're discouraged here down at the bottom. So I'm getting some long ones so that I can wrap it around a couple of times. All right. Pretty happy with that. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and just use rubber ties down on this side. Alright. Go ahead and set up a little roosting here for the boys. Got their little feeder and waterer. Want these right over by the fence where I could just pour the food in and don't have to come necessarily in. I'll use a filter or something, a funnel rather, and pour it in. This is a solar shade that Texas tore apart right away that I used to park my truck under, so I'm going to throw that over the top for two reasons. One, to protect them, you know, they do have the trees, but to protect them from solar, but also to discourage predators from getting them. While these roosters are not, I'm not fondly attached to them. They don't lay eggs or anything. I still like them. They're handsome. They're good chickens for what roosters are. The poor hens just can't stand them anymore. All right, let me get that up. Well, it's not half bad for put together for free, right? It's just free stuff, just a chain link that I got from Craigslist, an old solar net that came down a couple of seasons ago, an old dog house. I've got some old T-post in there for them to rest on. I've got a waterer and a feeder. It'll be a good bachelor's pad. I'll round up all three roosters and put them in there, and they'll work it out. They'll not like each other at first, I guarantee. But maybe I'll put another little hidey spot for another rooster so they can get away from the other ones, that kind of a thing. And then when the chicks hatch, if I get lucky, they're all hens. And then I could pick a rooster out, and 7 hens per rooster is the right ratio. Anything less than that, and then your hens just get PTSD. I got a hen that I thought was sick. She just tired of being picked on. She goes and sits all day long inside the coop, but she comes out and eats. And if she sees a rooster, she just goes back inside. She's just tired. And so anyway, I want to thank you if you followed me this far with this nonsense. I'm pretty happy with it. Didn't cost me a dime. And it'll hold up in the rain and the wind and the storm. And if I could get these roosters all gathered up, I'll put them all up on Craigslist looking for ducks in exchange for ducks. Or I'll sell them. People are selling roosters for $40 a piece, $25 to $40 a piece. That's a fair price. These are all, you know, well, normally they're open cage, right? They live out in the wild. You know, I let them live here, but I had to put them up so those poor hens get a break. But anyway, this is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. That won't last 1,000 years, but that bachelor pad will last a little while, I guarantee. I bet you I could get 25 years out of that nonsense, just cobbled together. And it's because I put the black on there, you hardly even notice it. People will drive by it, not really realize it's a chicken coop extension. All right, like, subscribe, follow me along. Bye.